Hello, everybody. Hey, Mom. Hey, Blue Tape. How are you doing?
Hello.
Hi, Wes.
We're trying something new today.
We are. Are you ready? Are you ready for RimWorld?
Ready as I'll ever be.
Which is to say that you're not ready, right?
Mm-mm.
Because you can't be ready for RimWorld. As actually, it's impossible because
Eh,
it's
I never
it's
even
too good.
played the prequel Dwarf Fortress.
Yeah, Dwarf Fortress is harder to play because it's complicated. Although now they have the Steam version, which I own, and I've played it a little bit, but
Oh,
it's
really?
still it's still rough. Hey, General Iro, how are you?
Well, I've never played either,
Hey, Ninja
so
Alpaca.
if you are here in the chat, you know as much about this game or more than I do.
Okay. Well, I will teach you a little bit about it, Wes. I have like 230 hours or so in RimWorld, which is, you
Oh,
know,
dang.
from like a professional RimWorld player's standard is like nothing, literally nothing. But but it's not my first playthrough. I have beat RimWorld on relatively low difficulties, which we'll talk about when we make our colony in just a moment. But
You haven't entered any competitions?
no, I have not. So I know how to play the game, but I wouldn't say I'm amazing. And if we play on one of the higher difficulties, which I think we might do, um, we'll probably die. We will probably die. So I think we should name the name the colonists after people in chat if you guys want to, and then we'll see you uh, have short lives, basically. So let's give it a try. We did test this just like 20 minutes ago, and it seemed to be working, but we need to get started here. So I'll walk you through that process. So we click New Colony right here. There are a bunch of like starting scenarios that you can do. And we maybe in the future we'll try some of these, but today we're gonna go with the classic one, which is Crash Landed. So if you look at the title screen, you see like there's like this ship is broken in the sky right here, and basically that's what happened
Yeah.
to us. We were on a spaceship and it's has been destroyed, and we got into some escape pods and land on this rim world, which is where the name comes from. And then we're trying to survive, and ultimately, just like
So
in
there's
Factorio.
a
Go ahead.
there's a storyline to this. I thought it was kind of like a sandbox thing.
It is a sandbox thing, but it's basically the same storyline as Factorio. We're going to wake up crash
Ah,
landed on this planet, and we want to build a rocket to leave. But unlike
okay.
Factorio, the other occupants of the planet are mostly humans instead of fighters, but they will attack us just as viciously. So,
All right.
okay, you're
Well,
good,
maybe
Mom.
we can
That's
make
fine.
some friends.
Maybe, yeah. We'll start sort of neutral with a couple of groups, and enemies with others, and yeah, we can work on that. So we're going to start with crash landed. So we'll start with 3 people, and these are the supplies that are stored in our escape pod. So we'll have those when we begin. And the first thing we need to choose is a difficulty. So there are 3 different storytellers, and the
Oh,
storytellers will like send events at us throughout
I
the
just
playthrough.
noticed you there. Your stream's categorized as Minecraft
Is it?
on the yeah
It wouldn't let
on
me.
Twitch.
It wouldn't let me change it.
That's probably fine.
Yeah, I don't know. It wouldn't let me change it because RimWorld is not an option as a game. So, oh well. Oh well. All
Really?
right. So yeah, it sadly is not an option. Oh, actually, maybe it is on Twitch. Let me check that real quick, guys. Sorry, I actually looked at this before. Yeah, so on Twitch it says that the Wednesday stream, which is right now, is RimWorld, but I don't know. Anyway, whatever. It's
What
fine.
can you do?
You can do nothing. That's the answer. So the 3 storytellers are these. We have Cassandra Classic. So she'll start out like being nice to us, so we can like get established, get some farms and homes going, and then she'll send harder and harder events against us. Phoebe Chillaxor
Okay.
does that as well, but she gives you a long period of time in between events. So basically, like if you live, you'll have plenty of time to recover, but then she will ramp to harder and harder difficulty as we go. Or
Okay.
we have Randy Random, and he is just random. He'll just like he scales a little bit throughout the game, but it's pretty much just I'll try blue tape. Pretty much he'll just throw like whatever at you throughout the game, and
Mhm.
he wants you to die basically. And then within each of the storytellers, you've got different difficulties from peaceful, where basically nothing bad will happen, all the way up to losing is fun, which is the name of the difficulty where you think losing is fun. As it says down here, it's recommended for experienced players who want to face a brutal, unfair challenge where even great skill may not prevent death, lovers of tragedy, and digital masochists. So I
Well,
think
which one are we going to be looking at then?
well, that's a good question. I think the game I beat was on Strive to Survive, which is just like medium. So I think we could probably step it up by like one for General Iroh's sake so that we will suffer more. Um, I
All
think
right.
losing in fun is a little bit crazy, so let's go up to Blood and Dust. And I'll take your input as to which storyteller sounded the most interesting to you.
Well, shoot, I don't know. I haven't seen the game enough to have a context for any
All
of
right.
it.
Well, let's try Randy Random on Blood and Dust. That will be rough. It will be rough. Let's give it a shot.
Okay.
Oh,
A
and
good
we
a good
also put
learning
it,
experience.
yeah, we also put it into commitment mode, which means you can't like load the game. So whatever happens, happens. Somebody gets hurt, somebody dies. That's it. That's what happened. Which is how RimWorld is meant to be played. They did put in the option to let you save and reload files, but it's a different game at that point if you can retry stuff. So and that's what we'll do. We can set our seed here. Let's set it to be Wesley. And this will be a record of like what the world generation settings are. They're just the random ones. And we'll click generate. So it's going to simulate the world to some extent. And then we'll pick where we want to crash land, which is sort of, unusual for crash landings. Usually you don't get to decide, but we're
Hmm.
going to be able to right now. So this is sort of the continent that we're going to be landing on. And these
All
are
right.
different settlements of different factions. The ones with skulls are usually bad. You can see that they're hostile to us. They have a negative 100 opinion of us, and
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
true for these guys as well. These are like more primitive tribes, and they don't like us either. These yellow tents are neutral to us. Let's see, those guys don't
Mhm,
like
mhm.
us. The faction that we're sort of like I actually don't see a settlement from the. Oh, it's because we don't have royalty. Anyway, that's fine. So these guys are neutral. We could trade with them. These purple houses are neutral. The blue barns don't like us. So generally, I just try to like stay away from people as much as possible. But if you look way
All
down
right.
here, in this corner of the world, oh, they don't like us. I forgot. Where could we go to not? I mean, we're gonna get attacked no matter where we go.
Mhm.
But let's just like come down into this corner and sort of hide, shall we?
Do you need
It
to
really won't
grow
matter, but
things in this game?
yes, we do. So a temperate forest is sort of nice because you get, the four seasons. You
Mhm.
can try to survive like way up on the ice sheet, and people who are really really good at the game do that. It's possible, but that's not me. So I think we should do a sort of temperate forest type of thing where we get all the seasons. It also makes it more interesting. And you see the little like brown squiggles on each of these tiles is how much mountain there is uh, in that
Ah,
spot. So like out here, there would be none. It would just be like a flat plain. Whereas here we'd have some mountain and some flat land.
do
So
do
go ahead.
our what are they? Colonists,
Sure.
survivors?
Yeah, either one is fine.
Uh, do they yearn for the mines?
They can. Uh, the expansion we have, biotech, adds different like genomes, and so you can have uh, genetics that yearn for the mines. But we could pick some of that. We could pick some of that. Let's try this one and just see how we do. I like to be on the coast just because I like the beach, so it's kind of fun. All right, so here's where we're gonna
Alright.
pick our colonists, and this is important. This is like life or death right here. And if you're hardcore in the game, you'll just click next and like take whoever you got. But there are certain skills that you really need someone to be good at, or you're pretty much gonna starve, like in short order. So like
All
cooking
right.
is very important, and so is plants, because that's farming. So right now we have no one good at either of those. We're really good at mining, but we will have nothing to eat. So what we're
Hmm.
gonna do is randomize these just a little bit until we get somebody who can cook, like this one right here.
All
And then we
right.
need somebody else. So these top three are the ones coming with us. And these next five you see on the left are people who are on the ship with us, who are also going to crash land somewhere on the world, but they won't be in our colony. But we might run into them later. So
Enemies, perhaps.
sometimes they're enemies, and sometimes they're friendly, and sometimes they'll like wander into the map wounded, and you can save them, and it's like so and so's sister or something. Who knows? Who knows? So
All right.
let's roll this guy a little bit. We've got a good cook. Good construction is nice. So you see these little fires. That shows how much
Hmm.
passion they have for these tasks. So this particular person is very good at shooting and construction, which are both very useful. She can also make art, but she's incapable of a bunch of stuff. This is because of her childhood and her adulthood. So she has like these like background traits, like things she's learned how to do and things she's unwilling to do. So she is incapable of doing plants or cooking, which is sort of fine because we have a cook here. She also won't handle animals or mine or help with social things. So basically, she wants to be alone and go shoot and build things. Oh, she's good at cooking too. We have two very good cooks, except she's incapable of cooking. That's odd. That does happen sometimes. So she loves cooking, but she can't do it. So what can you do? So
Strange.
that's fine as long as we find one person who can plant stuff. So let's see if we can find.
All
So
right.
she was good at planting. Oh, she can plant and mine. We don't have a doctor, which is scary. That's
So
another
that
thing that's
that
nice to have.
team skills is the whole list, right?
Yes. It's the
Okay.
sum of the three we have with us right now, basically. So, okay, so this one's sort of fine right here, because she's very good at plants and animals, and she has a little flame for medicine. So she'll be our doctor and our like plant and animal handler. Kina will be our construction shooter and can help with. Oh, she can't do cooking. And Chapman will be our cook. Oh, she can shoot too. That's actually really nice. Okay, so this is a great set. All three of them can shoot. No. I'm sorry. I'm looking at the team thing. She likes shooting. She's good at it. Okay, so this is fine. All right. Does
Right. We got
anybody in the chat?
Chapman, Pina, and Harden.
Yep. But we can rename them at this point. Does anyone in the chat want to be a colonist? Coincidentally, they're all girls. So, I mean, I don't care. I'll name them for anyone who wants to be. Um, but we can do it later too. But I don't know. Do you want to be one, Wes? You could be one, and I could be one, and then we could die together. Holly wants one. You got it.
Nope.
Holly, do you want to
We
be
got
the
one
cook
for Holly.
or the shooter or the planter? Take your pick. The planter. You
All
got
right.
it. So this one will be Holly. Oh, I can't type. Holly. Like that. Iro wants to be the
Oh,
shooter.
we
You
got.
got it. Oh, what am I
You want
doing?
to
I'm doing the
go?
wrong
You
one.
want the shooter to go by Iro or another name?
We can just do
General
Iro. It's fine.
Iro. Yeah.
We can do Iro. Okay. And anyone for the last one? If not, I'll put you in there for now, Wesley. But
All right.
if anyone else speaks up, we can switch it out later. Okay, so here we go. Now we actually enter the game. Sorry, that was a lot of setup, but I wanted you guys to know like who these people are and what's going on. So this is the story beat. The three of us wake up in our crypto-sleep sarcophagi to the sound of sirens and ripping metal. We barely get to the escape pods before the ship is torn apart. Sometime later, we land on this unknown RimWorld. As pieces of shredded starship fall around you, you start making plans to survive. So here we go. Normally I mute the music in games that we play, but the music in RimWorld is so good that you have to listen to it. I don't care. So I will click
All
host a
right. Well,
server, and
I
let's get you
won't
in
be
here.
able to hear it, so you'll have to let me know, chat. The music's any good.
Yeah, and let me invite you to the game, Wes. Invite to play. And then I think I click up here to accept you once you click on that invite. So
All
tell me
right.
once you
It
get to that
says
point.
waiting for you.
I don't see you in here. Oh, there you are.
It's downloading.
Oh, it must be because I've already accepted you before when we tested it. Great, you're here. I see your mouse.
Nice.
Fantastic. Okay, so here we are. This is the map that we spawned on, and as you can see, to the south is the ocean, which makes sense because of the
Cool.
tile that we picked. And we have a lovely beach
All
here
right.
and some cliffs. These dark areas are mountains, so we could tunnel into these, but probably shouldn't for reasons I'll explain later.
Okay.
There are some like ruins of buildings dotted around the island, so other people have lived here before. There are different resources, like if you
Cool.
look to the left
Okay.
over here, you see this is some jade, which is a valuable resource that we can mine later on. And there are other
All
resources
right.
like steel and compacted machinery that we will need to get our hands on. But what we want to be thinking about here at the beginning of a new game is we want somewhere defensible because we are going to be attacked by mean people, and we're going to need walls of some kind and
Okay.
probably traps and somewhere to shoot at the attackers from because
So
they want to hurt us.
is this little cove south of us
Hmm.
looks kind of well walled?
That is a good place to start for like our initial like shelter, and then it will be easy to place walls like right where we're standing now, and then connecting up from there to make so we can box in our farmland at some point. But we'll see if we make it that far.
Okay.
So the way you play RimWorld, you don't actually control the characters. We just place down orders. So if you look at the very bottom left and click on the Architect tab, and then there are different
Yeah.
orders that you can give. So in the Architect tab, top left, in the orders button, there's like mine this, chop this, cut plants, hunt, etc.
Oh wow, there's a lot of orders.
There's a lot. This is a very complicated game. But if you go down to the structure button, this is where we can start to tell the colonists what to build. So what we want to do is enclose this area so that the colonists do not like sleeping outside. One thing we have to do, so the enemies will attack us, but our own people can become our enemies if we don't take care of their needs. So if you
Mm-hmm.
click on a person, like right now I've clicked on Iro, and then he has a needs tab. He needs food, sleep, recreation, beautiful things to look at, something comfortable to rest on. He wants to be outdoors sometimes, and then all of that combines into his total mood, which is this bar right here. So we've got to take
Okay.
care of them. If we let their mood fall too far, they'll suffer mental breaks, and those can be very bad. They can go on like an insulting spree or start a fight with another colonist, uh, or or worse things. So we want to keep people happy,
All
and
right.
so we'll be trying to make like everybody have their own room that's comfortable, that's nice. These type of things help to keep everyone in good spirits. So right now I'm going to start placing our first couple of
So
orders.
I'm
Go ahead.
guessing building wall is the first thing to do.
Yeah. So we're going to go like as gentle as possible. If you go into like architect, structure, and then you can select a wooden door, I'm going to place a wooden door right here. That will close off this
Okay.
end of this little area. And then
All
we'll
right.
place a wall here. And can you see these ghosts showing up on the map?
Yeah. Look, I did some wall too.
Nice.
Did that
And
work?
then we'll put a door here. And then once those walls are built, we will go into the zone tab and have them build a roof over this whole area, but I don't want to do it yet because if they build a roof when there aren't walls to support it, the roof falls. Start a fart. Yes, blue tape. Thank you. So it can be dangerous dealing with. You have to do things in order. So you want walls before roofs, and then if you're deconstructing something, you want to take down the roof first and then the walls. But anyway, this is stuff you learn by having people get hurt. Okay, so I'm going to unpause the game now. The first thing you'll notice is all these materials that landed with us have a little X on them. That's because by default, valuable things are not allowed to be used, but we're going to go ahead and allow them all. So the colonists go ahead and eat these packaged survival meals. They're welcome to use these weapons and the medicine and so forth. And they will also haul it to an area that we designate for storing valuable things. And we will let them do that. So I'll unpause the game here, and it's running at a very slow speed, but usually we'll run it a little bit faster like this. What we're going to do is, let's see, where's the bio for Iro? You're our shooter. So we're going to tell Iro to equip this bolt-action rifle. And then, is anybody good at melee fighting? Not really. But Holly, we'll have you go ahead and equip a knife. And Wesley, you're okay at shooting. Well, you're not very good at shooting, but you're better than Holly. So we'll have you equip this revolver.
You see those skills again.
So if you click on the character and then on their bio tab.
Bio. Okay, got it.
Yep. So we're going to assign people work based on their skills. So right now I've just told everyone to equip these weapons. So they're going to go ahead and do that. And that will be very important.
Tell a particular person to do that?
Yes. So you can tell them to equip things. In fact, like Iro should equip this flak vest. They will take orders. Oh, you see, Iro is throwing up right now. And the reason for that is he doesn't feel very well. He's just woken up.
I'm sorry, Iro.
He's just woken up from crypto sleep. And so, in fact, all three of us. Oh, Holly feels fine. Well, Wesley and Iro both feel sick right now, having woken up from crypto sleep. So Iro is going to equip that flak vest, which will be useful. And in fact, where's the flak helmet? You can wear the flak pants as well. Somebody's got the helmet on.
Right.
Do they not? Oh, it's right there. And you can wear the plasteel helmet as well. So you are our fighter, Iro.
Not seeing any enemies on the map yet.
Yes, they'll give us a minute. Yeah, you do, Iro. So you see, they're immediately picking up the wood that is available on the map, and they're starting to construct the walls that we asked them to do. And Iro is our constructor, so he does it. He does it very fast.
Oh yeah.
The others will probably try to help build as well, but they won't do it like he does because his construction is 10. And if you point at the skill, it tells you a skill level. I know it is. It's perfect. A skill level 10 is considered to be like a skilled professional. So like 10 is very good for building. So he will throw up some wooden walls as fast as he's throwing up his dinner. Perfect.
Nice.
Okay, so this
Holly,
is now
appears to be painting some trees.
She is cleaning.
Oh, cleaning.
Yeah. So Holly is being a good mom, and she's found the vomit. This is Iro's vomit, and she's cleaning it. She is cleaning it. Okay.
What a saint.
We would like to now. You see, the walls are now built. So we now want to put a roof over this entire area like this. And that is going to automatically mark these trees in there to be cut down. You notice these two trees growing in our area over here. So whoever our best plant person is, will go ahead and take care of that. And you see Iro is building roof. He's using some, what is that, corrugated tin?
My goodness. Look at him go.
Yep, he's fantastic.
He's building a roof as fast as he can walk.
He is. Now, we're going to do another thing, because Holly and Wesley are not working right now. And that's because we haven't told them like where to store things. So we have valuable items, these meals and medicine, that are sitting out in the weather deteriorating. So I'm going to create a stockpile zone here in the back of our area here. And this is where they'll store nice things for now. We can get specific, like later we'll want like a specific area for medicine, an area for food. We'll build a fridge pretty soon. But for now, we just want them to get stuff in out of the weather. And I'm going to totally overload you with the work tab right now, but just follow along and we'll work at the details later. So the work tab, I'm going to set it to manual
Yeah.
priorities. And this is like the order in which we want people to do things. So there are certain things that are very important, like firefighting. We want everyone to have that as their number one priority. If our base is burning, we need it put out now. That is like more important than anything else. And next after that is probably being a patient. And
Okay.
it's also very important to do the doctoring. The only person who's any good at doing the doctoring is Holly. So I'm going to put her at 1. The other 2 will not have that as a priority because their skills are so bad that they'll do more damage than good. Bed rest, I usually set to a 2. Like if they're sick and need to lay in bed, I think that's fairly important. Childcare, we don't have any children in the base right now, but we might later. Basic is like flipping switches and releasing prisoners, stuff like that. Wardening can be important. We'll deal with that if we get anybody. Handling is important. We usually land with a pet. Do we have a pet of some kind?
I don't think so.
Don't remember seeing one. Usually you start with like dog. Oh, this guinea pig. Yeah, this
Oh,
guinea pig right here is our
wait, what
pet.
guinea pig?
It's right
Oh,
here
good
by the
eye.
door. Yeah. So this is our pet, and it can be trained to do certain things. Actually, guinea pigs can't be trained, so it's just gonna chill. Anyway, it's fine. That means we don't need
Can they
anyone
just eat,
working on
eat
handling
anything?
animals. Yeah, they'll eat like berries. If you see these bushes over here, there's berries growing. Or they'll happily wander in
Huh.
and eat our survival meals. In fact, can we tell them not to do that? I don't think we can. We can tell it not to go in certain areas, which will help. We'll work on that in a sec. Anyway, so we're not worried about anyone handling. We are worried about cooking pretty soon, and we're going to set Wesley to be a number 2 for cooking because you
Mhm.
are the best cook, and we'd rather not have
Of
anyone else
course.
doing it. The giant hairy thing, oh, good question, Blue Tape. That is a mega sloth. Mega sloths are peaceful. They will not attack you. They are herbivores. But if you make them mad, they are very dangerous and can easily beat a single colonist. So if at any point we're very desperate for food and need to hunt a megasloth, we'll do it like all 3 together and hope to survive. But there are easier things to hunt. We'll talk about it later. Okay,
Mhm.
so hunting, we're going to make Iro our hunter. And Holly's actually not a bad hunter either. So you can chill at a 3, Holly. Iro is
Oh,
our
and I
constructor, so we take him down on that. What was that?
I found a rat. Should I mark it for hunt or for tame?
You can mark it for hunting. Well, go ahead and mark it for hunting. Iro will shoot it, and it's not
All
dangerous
right.
because rats can't really hurt you. So basically, I'm
Rats
just
do
going through
also
this
make
list here.
excellent pets.
hmm I'm just running through this list and basically putting people on high priority for the things that they are good at, if that makes sense. So you
Okay.
don't really need to understand all of this, except that we've sort of prioritized the work based on skill, which is not the craziest thing in the world. Okay, so we'll unpause the game, continue to let them... Oh, there you go. Iro killed the rat in 1 shot. Well done.
What a boss.
We can look at the log. Um, the rat's liver and body was crushed by Iro's bolt-action rifle bullet, and a missing body
Ah,
part caused the rat to die. So missing your liver and body is fatal for rats, apparently.
so
And
does this rat turn into food now?
he can, but we will need to first, if you go into your architecture tab under production, we need a butcher's table before we can take meat from animals. This is something
All
that
right.
we will want soon because we need some source of food. And Iro is a very good
I'm,
hunter. So we will be
does steel
making use of that
slag
soon.
chunk count as steel for constructing?
Uh, where does it say that? Steel slag chunk? Probably not.
We got
Yeah.
a couple of them in our pile.
So later on, once we get some more technology going on in the base, we can melt those down into steel, but currently they are not useful. So you see
Well, how are
Iro
we going
is
to build
roofing
this
this
table
area.
then?
We will make it out of wood.
Oh, okay, I see. There's like
Iro has
types.
almost finished. We also have a pretty good supply of steel. We've got 230 steel in the base, but it is valuable.
Oh,
So they will...
wait, where is that steel?
it's in the stockpile zone now, down here in the lower right.
Oh, there it is. I see.
Yep.
Okay, good to know.
So we landed with some steel. In fact, we should mark both of these trees for cutting down because Iro is trying to cut them and he's very bad at plant cutting and it's taking him forever. So, Holly, you are our farmer, right? We can ask her to prioritize cutting down the trees and she will take care of that for us. Thank you, Holly. In other important work, if you go to architect and furniture, it would be very lovely to have some beds. Iro probably will not have time to build all of these before night. It's already 17 hour, which is 5 p.m. So he probably will not get there today, but it's sort of okay. We'll get there before too long. Okay, the next thing that we
Ooh,
really need to get thinking about is growing some food. We have some emergency meals, but they will not last very long. So the next thing we're going to do is going to architect zone growing zone, and we're going to lay out some farm plots. But it's nice to do that in
okay.
fertile areas. So at the very bottom right of the screen, there's all these little icons. These are different overlays for the map. And the one with a little like sprout on it, it's the sort of in the center, is the fertility overlay. And
Oh,
it shows you where good land is for growing.
oh, if only the real world did that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm going to put a growing zone right up here in this very fertile area right here.
Okay. So we'll have to chop
And
down all those trees.
the trees will need to go. And we will set this to grow rice because rice grows fast. So now Holly, because she's the best with plants in both ways, she'll be the one who clears the land and then plants the rice. And we'll see her start working on that tomorrow. In the meantime, we'll turn off the fertility overlay since it's blinding. And not wow, Iro is so dang fast. He built all three of those beds in just no time.
Yeah.
Holly is going for a walk. And he even finished the roof. That is okay, that is phenomenal. For the first night to have an indoor, if you see when you point inside here on the right hand side of the screen, it says indoors. And when you point outside, it says outdoors.
Yeah.
So that means that this space is completely enclosed by both walls and roof and
And
floor,
it's
but there's no
warmer
way
as
to have a door.
well.
Yeah.
It's in Celsius, and I don't speak Celsius. Is that warm or cold or?
Uh, 20 is like a pleasant temperature in Celsius.
All
So
right.
it's warmer in here than it is outside, which will be nice. And everyone has a bed to sleep on. It's very good. Uh, yeah, this is truly. Normally, you sleep on the dirt your first night. So this is a very fantastic first day there. And Iro's construction skill is definitely coming in clutch. So that is
Well
fantastic.
done. Well done.
Yep. This is why it's not. It's a little bit cheesy to roll your, uh, yeah, some of the stamina to real life, says Iro. It's a little bit cheesy to roll the colonists too much, um, and get really really high skills, but we're gonna need it. So,
We
uh,
didn't exactly pull a lot of punches when setting this up.
yeah,
Ooh, and
yeah,
I'm up early. That's unrealistic.
yeah, it is. Yeah, Holly, you're the farmer, and you as soon as you hop up, you've got your work cut out for you today, clearing and then planting this. So that is good. Now that Iro doesn't have anything to build or hunt, he's going to like lower priority work and he's just hauling things into the base. So if we wanted him to do something more valuable, we'll have to give him more like building orders, if you know what I mean.
Mhm.
So the game just auto saved. So if we die in the next few minutes, that's well, it won't matter because we can't load saves. So that'll be it. Okay. There are a couple of other things that the colonists really, really like. Somebody just ate breakfast. Who was that? Yeah, so Wesley, you see, you've just eaten. And if you look in your needs tab, it shows things that you're liking that are happening and things that you're not liking. So you didn't appreciate Holly coming in the middle of the night and waking you up. So that was sort of rude. Um, Everybody hates eating without a table. So many mental breaks in this game happen as a result of eating without a table that it's become a meme. So there are like RimWorld memes of like people committing like starting nuclear wars, and at the bottom it says reason ate without table. Like it happens a lot. And you also
Okay,
were
so
cold
we should
last night. and you think our barracks is hideous and unsightly. So you're not appreciating any of that. But one thing we can do is ask Iro, sorry, Iro, to build us a table that we can eat at. So let's do that.
All right.
Let's have him build a 1x1 wooden table. Well, let's be fancy. We'll do a 2x2 wooden table right here and some dining chairs around it. We'll just do 3 for now, since there's 3 of us. Man, Iro builds so fast. Jeez, that is so nice. Okay, Wesley, you are looking for
So
work to do. So
yeah, is
let's.
building individual rooms on
Yes,
the to-do list?
that would be good. In fact, if you feel like it, Wes, why don't you try your hand at sort of like something like this, like a hallway here, and then breaking this
Right.
up into some individual rooms. Oh, some
So if
cargo
I
pods
if
landed.
I mark a spot to mine, will that work when I go
Yes.
mine that?
Yes, but we don't have anyone who's good at mining. You've got a skill of 3 and no passion. Iro won't do it, and Holly has a skill of 2 and no passion. So mining is going to take
All
a
right.
very long time if that's what you want to do. But you can break this wall up with some doors and like put some like intermediate walls in there, and that will be totally fine. Although I'm just noticing that, do you see that this wall doesn't quite connect right here?
Huh?
That means
Is
that
that meaningful?
if you mine, it means that there's an opening. Like this block is open. So if you mine this
Ah,
piece right here, there's some sort of cave here, which can be dangerous, but we'll go for it.
yeah.
So you've
See what
marked that for
happens.
mining. We'll check it out. Nobody yearns for the mines. It's true. We can do playthroughs like, and particularly find miners. The reason you don't want to mine too much is we're going to get attacked by humans from like the outside. But if you
Mhm.
dig too deep into the mines, you'll get these events called infestations, which is where alien bugs come out of the ground, basically inside your base, and it's frequently a way that people die and lose the whole
Okay.
colony because it's usually behind your defenses. So unless you're planning for it and you have like defense built into the bedrooms and kitchens of your base, then an infestation can wipe you out really quick. Oh wow, Holly is just laying down that wood. Let's throw at least some doors in here. So if we put like a door here and here and here, we can split this up into 3 rooms. And then we'll move the beds in there, and people will like that. That'll be nice. Oh, I was gonna say we had some cargo pods drop just a minute ago, and that was our first event
Oh,
from
did
Randy
we?
Random. So let's see what he gave us. We got some alpaca wool, ninja alpaca. They saw you coming, okay? And a little bit of steel up here as well. So that's quite valuable. Is anybody good at tailoring? We can make clothes. Yeah, Wesley, you're incredible at tailoring. We'll have to get you
Oh,
a sewing
nice.
machine set up and you can make some clothes out of that. That's fantastic.
That's a lot of wool too.
Yeah. So now that
I mean,
we've
I assume I don't know what the numbers mean.
no, it's a good it's a start. We'll need things like parkas when it gets cold. There you go. So that area revealed event notification right there. She lolled. Okay, good. Yeah, so it was just the single space that was open, but there you go. And it looks
Okay.
like, yeah, it's unroofed right there. So if you like, just point your mouse there, it says
Little
unroofed.
skylight.
Yeah, but we don't want that. We want everyone to be warm, so we'll expand the roof area to include that spot as well.
Okay.
All right, let's see. Oh, look, Holly! Wow, in one day she planted this whole thing. It's so nice having skilled pawns. Look at that, incredible. So we have rice growing. That's fantastic. Jeez, there you go, Wes. That's the way. And then you can click on these beds and ask them to be reinstalled uh, in a different place. So right, no one's going to do it right now because everybody's asleep. But we'll have in
Mhm.
the morning. This is a construction task, so Iro will just whip these beds over here instead, and then everyone has their own room. They're still ugly, but there's things we can do to make them better. We'll work on it.
All right.
Hmm.
So do your guys ever get better at skills?
Yes. the more practice they get, their skills improve. Absolutely.
Is that at a reasonable rate, or kind of just only if you have a really long playthrough does that come into effect?
It will definitely happen over time. Like, let's look at Iroh's construction skill. He's his progress toward his next level. He's at 5,000 out of 12,000 to go to level 11. So just in the time we've been playing, he's almost halfway to the next level.
Oh, all right.
And it gets harder and harder the higher you go. So going from 10 to 11 takes a lot of experience, and he's gone there pretty quick. And that's because he's built everything that we've done so far in the base. All right. Not too bad. Not too bad for day 2. Except that it's actually day 4 because I'm not good at keeping track of this stuff. So we landed on the first day of April, May. So there are 4 seasons in RimWorld, and each season is named by some combination of the months on Earth. So April, May is spring, and spring is 30 days long, and we landed on the first day of spring. So after 30 days of April, May, it will then become Jugust, which is summer, and we'll have 30 days of summer.
Oh, that's
So
pretty funny names.
Yep. Everybody looks bored. That's because Holly's finished planting. Iroh can't build anything because he needs more wood. And what are you good at, Wesley? Cooking. Okay, so we're going to fix all of that. We're going to go ahead and make a butcher table out of wood so that you can start
All right.
butchering animals and cooking food. And
All right, that rat still looks like it's in a pretty good condition.
it probably isn't. Is it? Oh, it's still fresh. It spoils in 14 hours. So depending on how fast Bryce builds this, you may be able to slaughter the rat fast enough.
All right.
Here's our next event. This is a psychic drone. Every female colonist feels a wave of anxiety and anger. Some distant engine of hatred is stirring. It is projecting a psychic drone onto the site through an orbital amplifier tuned to affect only females. For a few days, some people's mood will be quite a bit worse. The drone level is low. So, since
That's
all of our
everyone.
colonists are female, that will affect everybody. And if you go into their needs, you'll see right at the bottom, the low psychic drone is giving everyone a -12 mood. We'll probably survive that for now. Since we just landed a few days ago, everyone has this huge buff to their mood, this very low expectations buff. But, if this happened in a couple of weeks, when we've lost some of these, cushions that you get at the beginning of the game, a psychic drone can be devastating. So
How long does that last?
it can be a few days, usually a few days. Okay, so the other thing we're going to do is we're going to give the order to chop down some trees. So this will fall to Holly because she's our plant handler. And since she's done with this field, she will go ahead and start working on that. And then the wood is what Bryce needs to continue the construction.
All right. I will continue to wander.
Yeah. What did we want you? Oh, you're going to be cooking as soon as we get this going. So I put the slaughtering table outside, and that is because, as you might imagine, slaughtering makes a big mess. So if you have it in where the colonists are, it's unpleasant. So we're going to go ahead and let that be built out here so that you don't make a mess in the base, Wes.
All right.
Put a door right here. Yeah.
We've got 9 hours left on that rat. Can I not use the table without the
You can. So what we need to
chair?
do is on the table, there's this bills tab, and we have to add a bill called Butcher Creature and say do it forever. So anytime we have a fresh creature, you will come here and butcher it because cooking is a high priority for you, and this is a cooking task. So
Let's hope I choose to do that because we've only got a few hours.
Here, I'll ask you to prioritize it. Oh. It's not letting you do so. Deny. Butcher creature forever. Oh, prioritize butchering at butcher table. There you go. You grabbed the rat. There you go. There you go.
All right.
Lovely. We've got 12 light leather, which is just the kind of leather that you get from most small animals. And we got 19 fresh rat meat, which will spoil in 2 days. So the other thing we should get going for you is a
A fire.
Yeah. We will build you a fueled stove. Sorry, production. Fueled stove. And we will place it right here. A fueled stove uses some of our precious steel, which is especially precious for us because we don't have a good miner. But it's worth it. Yeah, the rat meat. It's delicious. And we'll also give you a chair to sit at while you're cooking. It makes you a little bit faster.
All right.
There you go.
So mining indoors, kind of an issue. What about mining outdoors? Could I set something outside for me to mine to practice my mining?
Yep, you sure could. Um, a good thing to work on would be like you see sort of up and left from the base on this wall right here is some compacted steel, which will replenish our steel supplies. That would be a good thing for you
Okay.
to practice your
There's
mining
also
on.
compacted machinery. Is that good?
That is also good. That gives us components. It's like capacitors, springs, gears, things that you need to build machines. You'll
All
notice I
right.
placed
Well,
a
I
couple
will.
of torches in the base. It's kind of
Oh
nice.
yeah. I will mark 2 tiles of compacted machinery for mining.
Yeah, go ahead and do that,
Yeah,
and also
if
throw
you have.
down some on this compacted steel. Let's look at the work tab. How high do we have your mining set? So currently it's at a level 3, which means that you will do all firefighting, patienting, bed resting, cooking, smithing, tailoring, crafting, and research before you go mining. So let's click that down to a 2. Looks like you're doing it because you
All
didn't
right.
have any of those other tasks anyway, but we'll leave it at a 2 for now so you can get some practice in. And if you click on Wesley and go to your bio and point at your mining, you can see the skill points racking up as you do
I'm
that
about
task.
10% to the next level.
That's not too bad. I mean,
And
it'll take you a little while to get up there, but it's not too
it gets
crazy.
slower to progress to the next level.
It gets slower like each level, yes. Basically, yes.
Ooh. So yeah, that's going to be a hard one to level up.
Mm-hmm.
Mark some of this steel.
All right. So, before long, uh, Randy will send something mean at us. So that's what we want to be ready for. In fact, it's probably worth us in the security tab. We can place down some sandbags made of light leather, and it's probably worth doing so. This will give us something to hide behind. Oh, we only have enough for 2, which I guess is fine because we only have 2 guns anyway. Um, if enemies come, we can stand behind these sandbags, and it gives a little bit of protection while we try to fend them off.
All right. Should we get? We don't have electricity.
We don't. And in fact, that might be a problem because, oh, Wesley, conveniently, you're very smart. If you look at
Yes.
your bio, your intellectual is 6 with a high level of passion for it, which is
Nice.
fantastic. So, what we're going to do is build what is called a research table, a simple research bench right here. And
Mhm.
that will
Yeah, I
allow you
noticed
to
I have
start.
very high crafting, but we don't have anything to craft.
Mhm. So, we have to build all these production structures. Oh, so look here. On the fueled stove, we'll add a bill to cook a simple meal. And right now we'll say like do until you have 10 because we don't have anywhere to store the food right now. So no matter how much food you cook, it's all just going to go bad. But 10 we'll eat,
Will it?
within a couple of days.
Will that use up the rat meat?
Mm-hmm. How long do we have? Spoils in 20 hours, so that should be fine.
First.
You're sleeping in your room right now, but when you wake up, your cooking is almost your highest priority. It's your second level 2 after bed rest, so you should go ahead and do that. And that will be
All
great.
right.
But the other thing we can do now is now that we have this research bench, let's make sure, yeah, so your research is at a level 2 priority, but it's at the very end of the list. So you'll still do all of these other level 2 priorities first before you go to research. But we can now click on the research tab in the bottom center of the screen. And we do have electricity already. and air conditioning researched. So we could build air conditioners, and we have a couple of ways to
Wow.
power them. That's because we're from an advanced civilization, right? So we're aware of these things. But there's a whole bunch of other stuff that we can research, as you see, including solar panels. Um, let's
I'm
see,
just
batteries are
noticing
very good.
here
Yes.
that we have no simple meals. We have a
Hmm.
bill for simple meals, and yet Wesley is just wandering around.
No, you're not. You're sleeping.
Now I'm sleeping, but I was wandering. Now I'm just wandering.
Yeah, it's very rude. What do you think you're doing? Let's look at your
Uh,
schedule. You don't actually have any strict recreation time. I'm going to assign everybody uh, for 2 hours in the
okay.
evening to do recreation.
How did you do
Um,
that thing earlier where you prioritized a particular task?
okay, so if you click on Wesley
Hmm.
and then right click on the butcher or on the, oh dear, on the, what is this called? The fueled stove, you
Oh, it
can
says we're
ask
missing
him for
raw food,
priorities.
but we have 9 rat meat.
Oh, you must need more than 9 uh, units of food in order to create a simple meal.
Uh,
But we can fix that a little bit. Notice these berry bushes that we've got just outside the base? We can mark
mhm.
those for harvesting, which is different than cutting. If we mark them for cutting, Holly will remove them. But if we mark them for harvesting, she will run right out there and produce some berries for us. And then I imagine that Wesley will, yep, he's gathering the berries and cooking.
But the rat meat, I suppose, since it's not in units of what a meal takes. Oh no, he's using some of
Yeah,
it.
he did a combination of berries and rat meat.
Okay.
Okay, so what we should do now is actually, well, maybe temporarily disallow these survival meals because the survival meals will never spoil. So they're quite valuable.
Mhm.
We would really prefer people to eat these simple meals that you just cooked that will spoil in 4 days. So we will allow these again once the simple meals are gone, but we should try to prioritize eating the simple meals. And in that vein, you see this rice is already 70, some of it's 60 and 70% grown. So in just a couple more days, because this ground is so fertile, we'll get a lot of rice coming in. And it would be nice to pair some of that with some meat. So if you click on the wildlife tab, Iro already has a pretty high priority to go hunting. And on the wildlife tab, it shows all the animals that we have on the map right now. And we actually have
Mhm.
quite a selection of animals that won't kill us. So, like the mega sloths and rhinoceroses at the top, we should not hunt.
Yeah.
But the donkeys, the ibex rams, those are all absolutely fine. So we'll mark some of these for
Yeah.
hunting. Iro will go shoot them, and then Wesley already has a high priority to butcher them and then cook. So
How
we sort of set up
dangerous are
these like,
these animals?
what'd you say?
How dangerous are these animals?
These ones are not dangerous. They will not retaliate, but the rhinoceroses would. So here you see Iro hunting a donkey. It's he's doing a great. Oh, the donkey escaped.
Oh,
There, he got that one. Ah, the remaining rat meat has rotted away. Sorry about that. But we've there's more
alas.
packaged survival meals over here. Should take advantage of those.
Good eye. Guess we
Hmm.
should comb over the map, see if there's anything
Yeah. So Wesley,
valuable.
Iro shot the donkey, and you just wandered out there to pick up the donkey's body, and there you go butchering it. Donkeys give a lot more meat than
Nice.
rats. We got like 80, what, 90 donkey meat from a single donkey, so it's not too bad.
Oh yeah, there's a dead ibex up here too.
Mm-hmm. Iro is a good shot. He will go through the animals rather quickly. In that note, it would be really nice if we could keep our food cold. So let's do that. I think we have what we need to build a wall right here, and then a door. And then if you look in the temperature tab, we can make a
Hmm.
cooler. and place that in the wall right here, we will need some way to power it. So let's see. I think our best in the power tab really are, well, we have two options right now. We can use a wood-fired generator. Those work, but they just require a constant supply of wood to keep them running.
Mhm.
Wind turbines are better, but we don't have any way to store power for when it isn't windy. So maybe we should go with a wood-fired generator for right now. I'll place it right here outside the base. And then you see these conduits. We have to run conduit uh, sort of like this to get the power to the
Would it
cooler.
would it be worth mining one bit of stone so we can pump the heat? I guess we'd have to mine 3 bits of stone so we could pump the heat outside instead of into our.
It's
Or do we
probably
want
worth it.
heat?
We probably don't want heat in here because summer is coming, and more than likely we'll get heat waves and those type of dangerous situations. So yeah, I actually think why don't you
Okay.
mine uh here, why don't you mine these 2 blocks? Well,
Oh,
however you want to do it is fine. Just any hole to the outside. And we'll wall it in so that the cold air pumps into this room.
all right. Guess we don't need that one. That one. Does the heat pump have to be placed on wall?
Nope, it wants a hole. Ah, we have
Oh,
a visitor. A shaman merchant from the Pact of Bio Ro Nao Doa. Jeez. And
yes, of course.
they're here to trade with us. They are friendly.
Do we have piles of cash money?
We have a little bit of silver that we landed with. Um, who is our best social person? Your social skill determines how good of a deal you get when you're trading. And none of us are good at it. We're all a bunch of awkward people, so we might as well send you. So I select Wesley, right click on the leader of this caravan, which is Olga, and then say trade. And then Wesley will run over here and we get this bartering window. So they've got
Oh,
some goats they could sell us, which is actually not a bad idea, because goats will breed and they produce milk. The females do, and since they have a male and a female, that's could be worth it. They cost $300 each, which we could afford, so that might be worth it.
mhm.
We could also buy some pemmican from them, which is food, nitroamine, which you need for medicine. They'll buy our packaged survival meals for $14 each, which is not too bad. Let's buy the goats. That'll be fun. So that's going to take
Yeah.
588 of our 800 silver dollars, but it's a pretty good investment, I think. So good deal. We now have goats.
Right.
It's fantastic.
Do we need to build a fenced area?
We probably do. In like the current version of RimWorld, you do have to do that. Uh, but I'm not sure since we rolled back to 1.4, I can't remember when it was introduced.
Mhm.
Let's see. Well, the way to tell will be whether or not we have signposts, which I don't see. So I don't think we. Oh, we do. So I have here the pen marker, and that will designate an area as acceptable for our like herd animals. And we will need to fence those in. So where would be a good place to do that? Hmm. I mean, we could fence in this entire like area,
Oh, that's huge.
but that is huge. Maybe over here. Let's place a pen marker right here, and then structure, fence, do something like this for now. And then they'll
All right.
keep the goats up here in this little pen. We can make it bigger later, but in fact, we
That's
should
not
make it.
too far away.
Well, that's a little bit far away. We should actually make it bigger right now. How do you architect orders cancel? Just because there's not that much vegetation in there, so let's make it a little bit more like this. It's not too far
All right.
away, and the goats don't need a ton of attention. They'll basically just eat grass until somebody needs to milk them. Other than that, they're sort of fine on their own. Oh, I meant to cancel that one as well. So Iroh's going out there with some wood, and he'll lay down fence like you wouldn't believe. Check that out.
All right.
Fantastic.
We're working through that ibex meat.
Good. I almost wish you would do your mining. Let's ask Wesley to prioritize this mining, so that we
Well, I
can.
am just making the last meal, so
Yeah, but we don't want the meals to spoil either. At this point, you've made 10 simple meals that will all spoil in 3.8 days.
all
So,
right.
oh, I'd like you to mine all of them, please, Wesley.
Oh,
Even
did I
before
just
the
delete?
butchering. Yeah, you mined the one I asked you to do, but then you were like, peace! Oh no, Goat 1 has started to roam away. Iro, Holly, we need you. Iroh's trying to cut down a tree, and he's so bad at it. No, Holly, we need to mark this tree. Tree. Chopping, Holly, hurry. Before we lose our expensive goat. Iro, please build.
Well, the
But he's
people are
missing
still
wood.
here. We could have probably asked for a refund. Oh, he's building the generator.
Yeah, it's because he ran out of wood for building the fence. Fortunately, Holly just cut down this tree. So we're getting... You can give sort of like manual orders, like I'm doing now, in an emergency, which this is. Losing goat is
Yeah, I'm not
emergency.
seeing those goats anymore, though. I think we may have lost them.
It's possible. Holly,
Although, I'm not quite sure what they look like. So maybe I shouldn't judge.
we can look at our animals and double click to see where they are. Animals in the bottom center. They're both nearby, but we have got to hurry. We were not prepared for the goat influx.
Yeah.
Okay, Iro, please do not go to bed. Build the fence.
It's harder to tell where everyone is when we got a whole crowd, a whole village of strangers
Yeah,
swarming about.
sorry, Iro. We need this fence and this marker. Oh, by the way, our guinea pig got the flu. That's unfortunate. Will he live? He's got the flu, which has progressed 15%, and his immunity is at 16%, so he'll probably live. But we'll see.
Yeah.
Iro,
He's just outpacing it.
okay. Thank you, Iro.
Oh, our goat's right at the edge of the map.
Okay, where is it? Who is our animal person? Holly is our animal person. Please, no enclosed pens. Iro, please build. Hurry. Okay. We now have a pen, and we can ask Holly to save the goat. No reachable pen? What do you mean? That's not true.
Is it because there's
Iro,
no
did you?
gate?
No, that should be fine. See, we have a pen.
I mean, it's outlined.
Oh, no exterior access. You're right. I was not aware of the need for gates. Sorry, Iro, you still cannot go to bed. Cancel that.
Oh, the goat's. Oh, nope, the goat's up.
He left?
He's 2 tiles from the edge of the map.
Oh no. There's no way Holly's gonna make it in time. Get the goat, Holly! Run!
Does it prioritize exiting the map as opposed to going closer?
Ah, I don't know. Holly, run! Ah, the goat is
Oh,
saved!
nice
Oh my
save.
gosh. The goat. Holy cow. That was an emergency goat situation. Where's the other one? Oh, it's just sleeping here in the middle. It'll be fine. Holly, you're a hero. Holy cow. The goat is safe, everyone. Okay.
Ooh, close call.
Jeez. I actually need to hop off because we have tons of stuff to do. But we should come back like on Tuesday, Wes,
All
and
right, yeah.
play a little bit more of this. Let's see. We need Temperature. So we don't forget when we come back. We'll just place the blueprint there for this cooler. All right. Well, we do need to go. Well, I need to go because we have family coming into town uh, in the next couple of days. So we have a whole bunch of stuff we need to work on. But thanks everybody for joining us for our first RimWorld stream. What did you guys think?
Yeah,
Did you like this game? What did you think, Wesley? How do you
I
feel
think
so
it was
far?
good. That's I still have a lot to learn for sure, but seems like a fun game.
Yeah, it is a cool game. We have not. Randy has been very gentle so far, just
Uh,
sending us some alpaca wool and someone to trade with. And look, Holly is out here harvesting a bunch of rice. So things are going very good so far. We've had very little adversity. The only illness we've seen was the flu on the guinea pig, and he seems to be recovering just fine. Flu has progressed to 31% and immunity at 34, so he seems to be fine. It is complicated, but the complexity is mostly in just giving the orders. Like the
mhm.
things that you need to do are simple. You need food, you need shelter, you need defenses. Like it's just like how do you communicate that to the pawns is what's complicated. How many players can
Yeah,
play? I think you can have up to 8 with this mod, but I've never used this mod before today. So every time I've played RimWorld, it's just been by myself, which is like how the game was designed. But it's fun to have both of us here. I enjoyed it a lot, Wes. So, look, they did it. Iro is so fast at building stuff. Okay, so the cooler is currently set to keep this room at 21 degrees Celsius, but we want it much colder. So I'm going to click that
we
down
want to
to
do
like
like 3.
-5.
Oh, we want to freeze the things.
Yes, we want to freeze it. Refrigerated things will last much longer. Frozen things will last forever. And it really doesn't make sense to keep the like medicine and steel and pants in the fridge. So we'll make a new stockpile zone for that soon. But for now, we'll just freeze everything so the food is safe, and we'll refine that more next week. Oh look, Randy sent us some more cargo pods. What did we get this time? Sin thread. Wow, that's very valuable for making clothes. Very sturdy clothes. So we'll take advantage of that. But
Nice.
anyway, let's hop off for now. Let's continue this on Tuesday because we really didn't get very far and nobody even died yet. So
Nobody even died yet.
nobody even
You're
died yet.
kidding me.
we will we will definitely be getting attacked by people in increasingly large waves. Um, but so far things are going good. So thanks Wes for joining us, and thanks chat for coming to check out the first RimWorld stream. Please join us on Tuesday, and we will continue right where we left off. Thanks,
All right,
guys.
sounds like a
Talk to you
plan.
soon.
Thanks for joining us.
Bye.